taking a little break from actually looking at some of the other new anime that have been coming up, but I did want to bring up a few things that really that really fascinates me about anime. My very first show from Japan that I've ever seen was it's actually a tie between Sailor Moon, which I really never really cared much about, and Dragon Ball Z, which really got me hooked into the otaku craze of loving any kind of anime that has a good storyline as well as good character development. It wasn't until Hunter x Hunter, the 2011 edition, with its recent episode of, I believe it's called Zero and Rose, with a particular fight scene between the headmaster of the Hunters Guild and the Chimera Ant King. That's with the conflict that's been going on for right now. That actually really reminded me a little bit of how fights have been really evolving throughout the years. Dating back to the Dragon Ball Z show, all of you that have loved and adored Dragon Ball Z for what it is knows the excitement of actually watching these battles take place. The speeds that the characters are going in, the fighting moves, the ridiculous, overpowering sensation that you get from seeing these two people duke it out, pretty much. It was just a blast to really be a part of that kind of beginning for the American otaku that's pretty much still flourishing to this day. And I actually still remember the probably the longest freaking fight that bared witness for a good portion of the I believe it was the Frieza Saga portion of Dragon Ball Z. And all of you do remember this, the absurd, lengthy fight that went on between Goku and Frieza. How the fact that Frieza intended to blow up the entire planet for the sole purpose that he can survive in space, but Goku couldn't. Saying that the planet won't blow up until like 5 minutes. And it took about like 10 or 12 episodes to resolve this shit. Did we eat it up? Yes, we did. We were hooked on this epic battle that was taking place. And over the years, other animes did fights like this as well. Some mediocre, some absolutely unforgettable. In particular, the fight between Ichigo and Grimjaw from Bleach. I can probably name some others. Naruto versus Sasuke. At the point where Sasuke was leaving the Leaf Village to seek more power. I could go on with other shows. Some I probably can't remember, but you all have that one fight that you can never forget, and it was just so nostalgic to really reminisce on stuff like that. There are some animes that do bother me to the extent that they don't try as hard for those epic fights, those fights that are so deserving for like an encore, for that setting mood for how they're going to resolve this. And there are animes that do piss me off to this degree. Namely, the most recent one was Witchcraft Works. There was a moment where they could have made something really nice happen. They had one character fused with another, and great character physical design. I must say, it looked really nice. But what did they do with it? Those two characters fused, going up against one of the characters' mom, fighting in a hallway, and the last of like 30 seconds. That's how long this epic showdown was gonna go. And the payoff to that show wasn't even worth it in the first place either. But right now, there are degrees of how certain people can tolerate so many overpowering scenes with two titanic opposite forces clash to resolve an issue. There's just so much that I can really take of something like that. And yes, this is something that can get tiring for a long time. One of the examples for this is Fairy Tail. I'm not saying Fairy Tail isn't bad. It's just that they really overextend the use that Natsu is just one of the most hulking, unstoppable juggernauts that you will ever come across in terms of anime characters. And I know that he's a dragon slayer and pretty much one of the strongest of the Fairy Tail Guild. I get that. But it's tiring. It really gets tiring having to see Natsu win every single fight. And I could be wrong that Natsu has lost fights before, but it's probably to the extent that, padding for the plot. It's just not my take for a show to really keep up with, and probably one of the main reasons for leaving that show. The other being too many characters are being added into the show, not getting enough attention. Probably what would be a good, probably what would count as a proxy One Piece. They pretty much add so many characters to the shows that they don't get enough spotlight for their developments. Just looking back on it and now, it just really warms my heart to see and to know that there are people that still do this stuff right. I know Hunter vs. Hunter is a really, really lengthy show to keep track of. But one of the big things that they do right is they take their time to really set the mood and the personalities of these individual characters. You actually really give a damn about these guys. Especially the royal guards of the Chimera Ant King. Yuppie has to be one of my favorites of any of the Chimera Ants. Pito is fine, and Pufu. Oh my god. I smell that this character is going to do something devious and downright dangerous. And I'm just very appreciative that there are still animators and writers that still do their best to really put on a good show, and I applaud that. It's just really fucking wonderful to know that there are people that still try to do their best to do good for entertainment. So that's just my otaku moment right there. Just wanted to share with you guys. I will be back on the show to shed more light on other animes that I've been keeping track of. So stay tuned, and as usual, like, comment, or subscribe down below. If you have your favorite anime moment with two opposite forces going against each other, I would very much like to hear about it. So check you guys later, and see you next time on the Anime Show.